Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we got the skill preview for our girl SHALLTEAR. And man, on one hand I know what they're doing with it, and on the other hand I really hate what they're doing with it. So, first off, funny timing again because we got the animation for her at 3 in the morning and then we got the skill preview an hour later at 4. So I don't know who's in charge of the Twitter now, but let's go ahead and watch her animation really fast. I'll turn the sound on.
アインズ様の代わりに私が眷属召喚では蹂躙を開始しんす正常攻撃口ほどにもありんせん
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like it. It's so very simple. Like it's a bunch of bats flying around, and then she throws what's it called, a purifying lance, and it just fades to white, and then there's nothing. There's nothing. Like you see how much animation and stuff went into Shizu, and then you see how much went into SHALLTEAR, and you're like, okay. Well, I think we know who the devs really like to model here. So one, I'm not overly impressed with her animations. And now if we take a look at the global, I checked and there is no difference between the global and the JP one, so it is the same. She is dark. Adds despair charge times 1 to all targets. Each charge deals 5% of the target's attack and ongoing damage and decreases alt gauge resistance by 5%. Same thing. And then her third quote unquote effect is it rushes her own alt gauge by 30% every single time. So it's not even like the green orb damage that I kind of predicted. It's just she rushes her own alt gauge, which would make sense seeing as she is also dark, which means that we now have a single target dark unit and we have a AoE dark unit at dark unit. And it will make sense for the upcoming Jubilee, where one stage you want to nuke with single targets and one stage you want to nuke with an AoE. So it's like, yes, I understand what they're going for. No, I don't particularly enjoy it. This does not help the team at all. Like, this is actually worse than the other two despair effects, if that's even possible to say, because the other two despair effects actually helps the team out because it helps get alt gauge for everybody and it helps get protection gauge for Rimuru, which then helps everybody because you're stacking element damage. This is like, if you actually are running Albedo, like that green alt gauge, you're looking pretty good with it. You don't need to rush SHALLTEAR's alt unless you are literally trying to like just throw alts every other turn or something with SHALLTEAR. Like that is very possibly the strategy that they want us to do for the AoE Jubilee stage, but at the same time, it's like this ain't it. This ain't it. And now I don't really care what her first skill is at this point because it's just not it's not good. If I'm going to tell people to summon for a unit, it's going to be because they have both skills that are very good that can help multiple teams out. Even if you're not on the team, like even if you took her off Stone of Spirit, Wholehearted Devotion, or Warrior's Mind, both of these teams or three of these teams are, whatever. We'll talk about that in a bit. But if I want her to classify as a good unit and one that I should recommend people summon for, this skill's got to be really good. This skill's got to be really good. This skill is not good. This skill is worse than the other two despair skills. I don't care if she's dark AoE. Like, great. We have uses for AoE units at this point with Valor Cup. That's fine. Summer Millum, still a god. And she's how many months old? This has no bearing on it. This has incredible bearing on it because this is not a good skill. This will have incredible bearing on it when we find out in 9 hours. And if this isn't good, or if this is very, very restrictive, like Ainz is, where it's, a personal buff plus crit for very, very specific teams, then oof, it's going to be a rough day for Overlord lovers, because that means that Ainz is super restricted, Albedo is terrible, and then SHALLTEAR will also be terrible. And Nabe is good, on this team, and you take her away from the team, and she's not very good. Which then leaves Shizu, who is a god, and Rimuru, who is a god. And they are not Overlord characters. So, yeah, I cannot wait for tonight to see this first skill and pray to God that it is just the savior of the Overlord team. And I'm still going to be quite honest, it probably won't be. I think people should just steel themselves and prepare for disappointment because I don't know why they gave us this skill to showcase in the skill preview. I would have much rather it be the first skill because that would have much more determined her worth because we knew she was going to have despair. We didn't know that third effect, but we already know that despair sucks. So it's like, why are you going to showcase that? You're going to make us wait, which, fine. Tease us, I guess. Tease like the three people that are truly excited for this unit to come out now. Versus, 3 weeks ago when Overlord started, and we're like, oh my god, SHALLTEAR and Albedo are gonna be here, and they're gonna be, waifu, and they're gonna destroy everything. And it turns out that Albedo crapped the bed, and SHALLTEAR is probably gonna be that bed. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, guys. If SHALLTEAR is bad and we take her out, and Albedo is bad, we take her out, that leaves us with this. Potential options, of course, are always going to be the Shizuka. It could be the Dark Anniversary Milim, because she's got, the other stacking buffs. Milim has the orb change, which can go alongside Nabe. You could take her out and you could put Dark Shinsha in here. You could take Shinsha out and you could put Second Anniversary Hinata in here. You could put Jean in here if you really want to run that. Like, there are a number of things that you could do to swap characters out. You could just run these and then just run a bunch of orb changers. There are substitutions you could make across the board. However, at the end of the day, it does end up looking like this collab will be classified more as an L than as a W, because we got 2 good characters out of a batch of 6. Right? So, yeah, we'll see when SHALLTEAR drops. I'll do my showcase for her, and then I will make a separate video going over my thoughts, which it's not hard to determine where that video is going to go. And then we will also do the tier list once I have done the showcases for both SHALLTEAR and the free-to-play Gabiru, because we haven't been able to do anything with him because he hasn't been able to get his skill maxed out until tonight when the Predator battle comes out a week late. So it's just weird decisions across the devs' parts. I don't agree with a lot of them. Thank God at least somebody was good this meta. Otherwise, damn. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'll see you guys in like 9 hours or so. Take it easy. Bye-bye.